Hello everyone, welcome to DSPORT magazine. I'm here with Mike. He is a senior engine calibrator at Cobb. Mike, can you talk a little bit about what we did today, coming off of the Stage 1 91 octane map? Now it shows you the difference between like custom tuning and off-the-shelf maps. We've seen a lot of consistency with the off-the-shelf maps and a lot of obvious like performance merits, but go into a custom tune. How do you squeeze more power out of this, or more torque specifically? Can you talk a little bit about today?
Sure, yeah. So this particular car isn't technically stock. It's got the upgraded catback exhaust.
True.
And that does make a little bit of a difference in terms of the calibration. So I made some adjustments related to that. And then you told me you're going to the drag strip to race your buddy, so got to try to help you out, right? So yeah, I did what I could to get a little more power out of it. And on the dyno graph, what we got there was quite a bit more torque in the low end and mid-range. And in that area, it was pretty easy to achieve that and keep things safe in terms of knock on the fuel that we've got. Up on the top end, I actually found the OTS map pretty much made the top end power that we got with the custom tune. So biggest gain was 5,200 RPM and down. We made some big gains. Up top, it's actually pretty similar, but when we compare to stock, we're actually 75 horsepower over stock, even more than that, right near red line. So when you're going down the drag strip, whether you're on the OTS map or the custom map, using that top end, you're just going to kill your trap speed on the stock tune.
And peak numbers is not everything. So one of the first things I noticed with the Stage 1 map, the off-the-shelf map, was that huge gap between, I want to say 42 or 4,000 all the way to 5,200. There was a gigantic gap in both power and torque, and with just the off-the-shelf map, it smoothed it out. The custom map, I can still see it. It's pretty smooth compared to that dip. So these are things that it won't show on the dyno in terms of peak power, but it will show if you really pay attention to the graph. And it makes a huge difference, obviously, on a drag strip and all this stuff. So I made a mistake when I was originally, when I first got the Cobb Access Port, and I figured, oh, let me try to get a little bit more boost out of it. So I chose the Stage 1 91 octane HWG, which stands for high wastegate. Then you told me don't do that. Now, can you give us a little bit, just whatever comes to your mind about some of the don'ts when you get your access port and you're planning on doing an off-the-shelf map?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Cobb, we have a series of maps within each stage package. So the car was basically stock, so we're on Stage 1. And within that, we have maps for 91 and 93 octane. And then we also have the standard wastegate, the normal map, and the high wastegate map. Now the high wastegate map is really only meant for people who, for whatever reason, their car happens to make less boost than we expect on the normal tune. Then we say, all right, you know, based on your logs, it looks like you can try the high wastegate map, and we'll try to get you right up to your boost target. If we see that it's way, way below, then we'll suggest, you know, hey, maybe there's actually something mechanically that you're going to want to address first. But that's what the high wastegate map's there for. And believe me, I get it. You want that extra power, you want everything you can get, right? So you gave it a shot, and it turned out when I looked at the logs, you just didn't need that. It was making the right amount of boost on the regular map, and with the high wastegate map loaded, the boost was too high, and it was actually inducing some knock, and realistically probably costing you power. Because on these cars, when they pull timing, they really, really drop in power. So it turned out, again, lower boost was better. And again, it's all about that whole combination.
So the lesson here, do not hesitate to reach out to Cobb for any questions before you do something that isn't like super clear. So we are in the car right now, and we decided to do a little bit of a road test. But while I have Mike here, I kind of wanted him to explain some of the differences you'll get in terms of driving when you're on, whether it's just a Stage 1 tune or a custom tune with the Cobb Access Port.
Sure, right on. So one of the things customers have told us is really important to them is the drivability of the car, in addition to the power and the torque that they get. So on this car in particular, there's some rev hang that you get with the stock tune, and we found that that could be particularly annoying to some folks. So that's one of the things that we like to adjust. There's also some situations where you're pushing the pedal down, you're at partial throttle, and depending on what engine speed you're at, the car will do kind of different things, and it's not maybe the consistent or predictable experience that you're looking for, and that's all down to the drive-by-wire conversion tables and that sort of tuning. So we look into that a little bit. We're very careful anytime we make those adjustments. Very minimal things, but still something that people can feel and appreciate. And other than that, that same smoothness and consistency we're looking for at full throttle, we also want that at part throttle.
Right.
And that's where we spend most of our time, really.
For everyone out there that owns one of these new WRXs and maybe old too, Mike just gave me a little tip. Do not do pulls with your AC on, or else what happens?
So it was shocking to me the first time I did it, but I was doing baseline pulls, I think, actually, in one of our R&D cars. And between runs, I run the AC. I want to be comfy. We're in Texas, it's hot. But I forgot to turn it off. I did a pull, and the car made 20 horse less than the pull prior. I looked at the log. There was no additional knock, nothing strange going on. I did another pull. It was also 20 horsepower low. Then I realized the AC was on, and I turned it off, and the power came back. So I've been tuning for over 15 years. I have never seen a car that loses as much power as this one does.
Yes.
If you forget to turn the AC off. So
comfort over performance. You get to make that choice for yourself. It's usually our little road.
Okay. That'll look great.
Yeah, perfect.
I like the pops from the exhaust.
Oh, that's you gotta have that with the Subaru.
Yeah. And for the record, we did not make the exhaust pop. What do you think?
Feels really nice. No, it feels different. It feels nice.
Good.
And it just feels smoother too. Like the power is just kind of.
Yeah,
really
and
nice
that's always been super important to me. Cool.
Yes. So driving the car, I feel it is smoother. The power is super smooth, and it pulls really well. I mean, we have about 300 foot-pound of torque right now. With just Mike's magic here. And Mike, thank you for making the car fun. And tomorrow, the drag strip, I will let you know what happens.
Awesome.
And let's just get that launch down.
Right on, man.
Thanks
Sounds
again,
good.
man.
You're
Appreciate it. All right, just gonna park it anywhere. If you have any questions after you see this video, we promise to bring Mike back. And if we can't bring him back, we promise to give him the questions and have him answer it. Thank you so much for coming down. I think the car is ready for the drag strip tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time. Thanks you. Thanks so much, Mike.
Right on.
Yeah.